Hi, my name is Isa Valdez, and welcome to Evolve the podcast. Each week, I will give you tips and tricks on how you can start a business, make it successful, and keep it going. Listen to my journey as I become a self-made entrepreneur at 36 and counting. Thank you for listening and welcome back to Evolve the podcast. I am your host, Isa Valdez, episode 7. So I just want to say thank you for listening thus far. And we only have 5 more episodes until season 1 is done. And season 2 will begin sometime in September. So I will do 2 seasons each year. But this particular podcast, this season, is solely about the budding entrepreneur and the budding entrepreneur that I was and what I have evolved to thus far. So I just want to thank all of my listeners so far, and I thank you for tuning in each week and also making me number 1 in, what can I say, entrepreneur business across the podcast world. Well, I actually got the honors from Apple. So for all those who are Spotify and tune in listeners, make me number 1 too. But don't forget, when you get onto the podcast, please click 5 stars for me so that, I can continue to get good ratings. So if you hadn't already caught up, I would like to encourage you to go back and listen to all of the episodes in the podcast because it will give you perspective on where we are in this journey of being a budding entrepreneur. My ebook is available. It's on my Facebook page. It's also on my Instagram page. So you can go ahead and click on the link. It's just a small little $5.99 ebook, but is power packed. It's filled with, I call them torrents. I don't like to use streams because the torrent is a rush of hard rush, fast rush. And so is the stream. So, I was just changing it up a little bit. So it's income torrents. It's called Hacks Income Torrents. And it's solely about how you can include income torrents into your existing business or create a new business. So for example, if you have just a regular business and you want to sell merchandise, that's one of the things that I talk about in my ebook. So I would love for you to download it. I'm going to have a hard copy available very shortly. And so if you're a hard copy kind of person, then you can absolutely wait for the hard copy. And then you can also email me at evolve, EVOLVE at east.com. So that's EVOLVE at YSABALDE.com. And if you want a hard copy, you can just send me an email. I will get a hard copy to you. And, during my research, after, taking a break, and I'm sorry for the break, it's just sometimes, it's just hard navigating your business ventures and having to put all of your emphasis on that. And then having your team tell you, you have to put out more information and try to do it on a consistent basis. So that's my fault that this episode is late. But, I've already dropped episode 4 and 5, so you guys can go and check that out. But doing some research on looking for funding and getting funding, I came across a website that if you are looking for funding, you can shoot me an email and I will send you. There's this particular website that I came across and it's filled with grants, and I was surprised. And so, having 2 businesses of my own, I would love to see if I can get grants to help, shelter in this time of, uncertainty with, looming words of recession all over the world. So everybody, and anybody can use a grant. So if you're interested in a grant, go back to my email and send me an email and I will send you the link. There is like 50 pages of availability for links that you may be interested in and that you may also qualify for. So I would want you to make sure you read through it carefully. But again, email me if you're interested in any of those grant links. I'm filled with resources and I'm here for the budding entrepreneur. So again, season 1 has been dedicated solely to the budding entrepreneur. And my topic for the next 2 episodes will be on friendships. Bob Marley has a song, about friends, they come and they go. And we have to be, aware of our surroundings at all times. And that means even being aware of the people that you have today and that you did not have when you first started your entrepreneurial journey. And sometimes people just can't handle where you're going, or they're just not interested in it. And if it doesn't play a role in their own lives, they will not participate in your journey, because everybody's on a journey on their own, right? Everybody is always doing something or should be doing something to improve themselves. And one, we cannot take it personal if their journey does not match up with yours. And, we can lose friends once our eyesight begin to open. And then we have to remember that we attract who we are. So sometimes the people that are in our lives are a sum total of who you are in the moment. And only when you begin to change your perspective, and only when you begin to say, I want to do more and I want more, will the people that are around you begin to change. And I've learned that absolutely the hard way. Just recently, I've had an incident, well, not really an incident, a little, back and forth with a friend of mine that I thought was a friend. And, my sister picked up the phone and gave me a call and said, I had a dream about your friend. And I said, do tell, and she went on to tell me how this person, I had asked this person to do something and they did not do it, or they did it their own way and they added all kinds of stuff in it. And I said, wow, I said, really, this is true to form. Like, I asked my friend to help me with the project and they said yes. Absolutely, yes. And when I needed the I's dots and the T's crossed, and they had the information that I needed, I called them up and nothing. And I want to say that this person has been with me for a long, long time. And I was really, really disappointed. I was hurt by it, that they didn't think to take the time to say, I can't give that to you. I could give you something else. Or from the beginning, when I asked, could you help me with this project? And they say, yes, I can. And then when you actually need the information, you can't get it. But I want to say that growth as an entrepreneur means that you have to take an evaluation of the people that are around you. You have to say, write down everybody who's around you, right? And see what it is that they are in their lives, and then see how their lives interact with your own. And then, because you have to remember, some people belong in a particular box. You have lifelong friends, you have an associate, and then you have business networking relationships, right? So I say business networking relationships, like, keep in mind what someone's in your life for. And friend, and I had to learn that, like, the hard way, because I pain. So during the process of me opening up Dove, the radio station, I had to come to terms with some people that I had with me would not continue on the journey. And although I always have good intentions for the people around me, my friends, my employees, my coworkers, whomever, I've always had good intentions. That doesn't mean that what your intentions are translate as good intentions to them. I had to learn that one the hard way too. So even though I say, okay, I want to help you with something, that does not necessarily translate to them as you helping. That may only translate to them as you want to use them, or you want it for something, right? And so that's not who I want to be. I don't want to be a person who uses another person. I want to be a person that helps people along their journey. I want to help people find who they really are in this journey, you know? And so if you are in my area or my sphere, I call it, if I can touch you by an email, I can touch you by a telephone call, if I can touch you by any means, social media, whatever, if I can touch you and you can touch me, then I believe that I have something to contribute to your life, or you have something to contribute to my life. But more importantly, that my gifts and my talents and my anointing can help you grow. And that is the perspective on which I govern myself on a daily basis. Like, I'm not the kind of person that says, okay, it's all for me. No, we are responsible for the people that are in our area of influence. And I just want to remind you, as a budding entrepreneur, when you're taking stock and you're taking a list of the people that are around you, pay close attention to what they offer you. If there's something that's in them that you need, then keep it, right? So if you need a friend who's just gonna sit down and kiki with you or talk foolishness, and that's what you need on any given day, then you keep them in your life, right? But you have to know where that boundary is. You have to know where that line is crossed, right? So because you can't take that same person who you're gonna kiki with to help you, unless they can, but to help you create a business plan. Their purpose in your life is to give you laughs when you're down or to cheer you up, right? And so that's how we have to remember who people are in our lives. We can't expect everybody to be the same or play the same roles that we need. And so I would admonish you to sit down and write a list of all of the things that you need in your life. Like, what do you need the people in your life to do and to show up for, right? And so once you've done that, then you'll be able to identify who those persons are. And if you need somebody, a coach, a mentor in your life, and they're not present in your life today, I would say go look for that person and allow that person to help you along your journey. And so I want to say, understanding the roles that people play in your life is just as equally as important as creating a business plan. And I'm going to tell you why. Those person help catapult you to your next. So if you're a chicken, you're going to hang out with chickens and you're always going to be with chickens, and chickens going to always be clacking, right? The next step for chicken is to either lay an egg or to be supper, lunch or dinner, whoever. I mean, you know, we eat chicken all day, every day, in every facet of our foods. But if you are an eagle, you can't hang out with chickens, right? So you have to understand, where do you fit? And your friends are a sum total of where you are in the moment and where you are going. You know, there's a saying, you know, stop hanging around with still people, right? So whatever that means for you, I would apply it to your own life. Who do you have around you? And how much of an influence do they have with you and on you to take you to the next? This is Isa Valdez, and I want you to tune into the next episode as we discuss friendships in a budding entrepreneurial journey. Good friends we have and good friends that we've lost along the way. This is Isa Valdez. Tune into episode 8 as we continue this conversation. And thank you for tuning in. Hi, my name is Isa Valdez, and each week I will give you tips and tricks on how you can start a business, make it successful, and keep it going. Listen to my journey as I become a self-made entrepreneur at 36 and counting.